First Division champions Liverpool are today's visitors to Manchester City. It's a Liverpool side packed with household names. 10 full internationals, mostly very familiar faces. City, though, are less recognisable. They've been leaning heavily on promising youngsters. Team spirit is high, league position is low and worrying. So the action is Manchester City 16th in the First Division against Liverpool in 3rd place, going for their 17th championship. And the game goes ahead because of Main Road's excellent undersoil heating system. The Merseysiders always a great attraction, especially today with so many matches off. A crowd of more than 30,000 expected, City's impressive home run sure to be challenged by opponents of quality. None more than Ian Rush, whose goals have steered Liverpool to the title in 4 of his 5 full seasons at Anfield. Middlesbrough as a teenager. He's repaid Liverpool's subsequent investment in his energetic midfield play. Johnston's still seeking full international football, and his 2 England under-21 caps don't rule out his qualifications for other countries. Playing conditions so important at this time of the year, and the pitch here certainly takes a stud. There's little wind with the air temperature 2 degrees below freezing, and it's getting colder, but the pitch temperature is 10 degrees above. In the words of Main Road's skilled groundsman Stan Gibson, you could barbecue a steak on it. It is going to be a difficult day for Manchester City, but it is a bold team selection. Perry Suckling, an ever-present in goal this season. Among the defenders, left-back Clive Wilson has signed a new contract this week. Just 2 midfield players, Neil McNabb and the Liverpool fan, Steve Redmond, and 4 forwards with 19-year-old Darren Beckford providing central support for Imre Varadi, and David White and Peter Barnes attacking on a wider front. Well, after the FA Cup defeat at Old Trafford last Saturday, City's priority is certainly First Division survival, and their home form has lifted them out of the bottom 3, 5 wins in their last 6 league games at Main Road. Kenny Dalglish has trimmed his travelling 16 down to this unchanged starting lineup. Bruce Grobbelaar, of course, in goal. A back 4 which has seen Mark Lawrenson operating at right back for much of the season. 4 in midfield with Craig Johnston impressive in his 3 games since a back problem. And Kenny Dalglish keeping faith with Paul Walsh, though he's now gone 12 matches without a goal. Liverpool with a 9-point gap to make up on the leaders Arsenal, and they're 4 points down on the pace they were setting last season, when their points total was 46 after 24 games. It's a big day for referee John Watson, who's from Newcastle. He's in charge of a First Division match for the very first time. The end of what's been a frustrating week for Liverpool. A plastic pitch at Luton that they disliked last Sunday. Then a perfect pitch but no opposition on Wednesday. And Luton's non-appearance still rankles with those in charge at Anfield. Manchester City back from Old Trafford, licking their wounds with groans about a disallowed goal and unavailing penalty claims. Clements. No great height in Manchester City's attack, but Beckford overcame the odds. And here's Wilson. Barnes. Mark Lawrenson beaten emphatically. It stayed in play, retrieved by White. And now it's behind, but Barnes giving the crowd something to discuss, and Mark Lawrenson something to worry about. He might have felt there would have been cover behind him, but Gillespie couldn't get there. Barnes was looking for players arriving at the far post from his viewpoint, and Varadi showed his disappointment because he thought it was overhit. way, it's a little bit of a surprise that Kenny Dalglish hasn't recalled himself for this fixture. He's done so well against Manchester City in the past. But the 7 shirt stays with Paul Walsh. And he tries to show why, and Suckling could not afford any mishandling. Walsh was just teasing 2 defenders that he might go down the line, and then he saw that there was room to go infield onto his stronger foot for the shot. Half an hour gone. Manchester City trying to lift the tempo. Wilson. It's all rather static in the middle. Wilson's attempts to provide something different for Manchester City failed on that occasion. But he made up for the error. Barnes. Every time he runs with it, there's an extra roar from Manchester City supporters, particularly those who remember what he had to offer as a youngster, which took him into Ron Greenwood's England squad. Wilson. And Verratti caught by Lawrenson. The referee has to adjudicate where. Verratti picking himself up inside the area, but the decision given just outside. It was cleverly played by City, who waited and waited, and Wilson rolled the free kick short to Verratti, and he took it on the half turn and fooled Lawrenson. McNabb with the free kick, but not yet. The referee presumably indicating that he wasn't ready in trying to get Liverpool to retreat the full distance. Gidman's come across to be involved this time. And it's his shot, looking for his first goal for Manchester City, aiming maybe for a small gap around the near post. It looked as though Grobbelaar had it covered. Molby, now Beglin. Walsh off on a run through the middle, and it's Gidman who's with him. And Walsh slips him, and Redmond, and looks to bend it. An effort of imagination. And he really just needs one to creep inside the post instead of fly outside, as this effort did, to get his full confidence back. Beckford, understandably feeling his way in the first 45 minutes, the first home match that he started in the First Division. Barnes finding himself on the right. Verratti. McMahon, lovely dummy, Rush. And the pass, not what Steve McMahon wanted in return from Ian Rush. White. Now Wilson. City still with their 2 wingers switched. McNabb. And Verratti's fallen, but Barnes can try the shot. The ball sat up rather awkwardly for him. Wilson. Now White. And Wilson impeded by Johnston. always comfortable when the ball's at his feet, Clive Wilson. And now he has a chance to measure his cross. Beckford coming in, Grobbelaar got his fist to it as he was fouled. But it was interesting then that clearly the Liverpool defenders had left it for Grobbelaar, who was faced by two marauding opponents. In the end, they fouled him. Rush's speed gives Liverpool the option to play the direct thrust. Wilson. Berardi can turn. White to his left. And Barnes to the right, but no chance of that finding him. But it's been a well-balanced 45 minutes. Liverpool efficient, but two moments of worry for Mark Lawrenson. He brought Imre Berardi down right on the edge of the Liverpool area, and early in the half he was tricked by Peter Barnes, just what the Manchester City fans wanted to see from their returning favourite. And Barnes got his cross in, but it was just a little bit too long, and the moment went away from City. And watching the first half up with me, with great interest I'm sure, is the injured Manchester United and England captain at Main Road. Manchester City are the joint lowest scorers in the First Division, level with Queen's Park Rangers with just 24 goals. Brian Robson, if there was one player you had to pick out to perhaps tilt the match Liverpool's way in the second half, who would that be?
I think Craig Johnson. He always works very hard up the right flank for Liverpool, and I think he might just be able to create the opening that Liverpool are after.
Well, these days he's more the manager than the player, and some standards to follow after last season. Liverpool being pushed all the way here, and that reflects great credit on Manchester City. Berardi trying to take on Gillespie, and it's David White coming in! Agonisingly close. White came in on Liverpool's blind side because of Berardi's willingness here to occupy defenders by running at them with the ball. He stabbed at it, it was very difficult to take, and he did very well to come so close. This season Liverpool have been beaten away at places like Leicester and Southampton, so they have had their problems against teams in the bottom half of the table. McNabb, and Grobbelaar made it look easy, but it surely wasn't. Not at all straightforward when it comes at chest height. Offering support in a wider position, and Redmond had his eyes on Berardi, who turned his back on him. Mulby, Rush, now Whelan, it's Walsh to the left this time for Liverpool, and McMahon joining Rush in the middle. Walsh taking on Gidman but not beating him. Again, Liverpool look to use the short corner. And City slow to come out to Whelan. Offside, Wilson. McCarthy getting some distance into the clearance. But Manchester City were rocking because they lacked concentration at a short corner. Here's Walsh. Away by Gidman. Beckford. Ronnie Whelan was allowed to cut in and curl it, and I think it had beaten the goalkeeper when Clive Wilson headed it to safety. Room to turn and run at Manchester City. And he slipped McCarthy. It's a splendid run, and Whelan coming in to finish it, and he can't. McMahon went for Manchester City. And in the end, it ran on to Whelan, who tried to side-foot it wide of Suckling and put it within the goalkeeper's reach. Flicked on by Redmond. His header now to McNabb. Beckford. City fans thought there was a push by Alan Hansen on Darren Beckford. Walsh, and Clements missed it. McMahon inside rush, and the pass was just behind him, and that helped City. The linesman is flagging, it's a corner. It had gone behind before Clements retrieved it. Gillespie coming in with interesting timing, but he jumped underneath it. And this is Peter Barnes, a thrilling break. Berardi is in the clear, a chance for City, wasted. Liverpool were trailing in the wake of Peter Barnes. Barnes saw Berardi, but the key moment is Berardi's first touch on the ball. It bobbled from him, and it should have been a corner. Lawrenson. Rush celebrates. And just when City looked that they might win the game, Ian Rush, it seems, has taken it from them. Lawrenson splendidly found by McMahon, and the best striker in Britain doesn't miss from there. There are 17 minutes left, but Manchester City will argue that there should have been a corner at the other end. Incidents, matches turn, and they've turned here away from the home side. It's a Liverpool throw, but certainly looking at that incident again, when Berardi was away, the final touch was off the Liverpool defender. Barnes. Gidman. Now White, it's an excellent ball from Gidman. Manchester City not finished yet. McNabb to take the corner. Both Clements and McCarthy forward. Here's McCarthy. McMahon. Whelan trying to squeeze a pass out to Mulvey. White, Ferrari, maybe the shot is on, and it was a good one too. Hit low and true by Imre Varadi. And Grobbelaar was down behind it. Liverpool have had some thumping victories on this ground in recent seasons. Prior to the goal that Clive Wilson won the match with in this fixture last year, Liverpool had scored 20 goals here in their 5 previous visits. 1 or 5 matches. So it's been a different sort of victory today, if victory it's going to be. McMahon and Walsh! He's aching to get on target again, but he's done enough here at Main Road, surely to keep hold of that number 7 shirt. And the cross was a splendid one, a header directed just wide. Walsh, Mulvey, it could have been 2, maybe should have been. Manchester City understandably losing a little bit of their discipline in the quest for an equaliser. But on the bench they'd like a second goal, I'm sure, as an insurance factor. Gidman. Ferrari. McNabb. And Grobbelaar had read his mind, was already making tracks across the goal. And Wilson won it splendidly. Would have been his moment of glory. And maybe City's last chance. Something of a make or break opportunity for him to play in this match. And so close to the Liverpool goal, the header went flying wide. McCarthy. Out, skilling Ian Rush, and this is Varadi. Barnes. The cross not deep enough. There were 6 City players beyond Steve McMahon. Rush has kept it in. Lawrenson springing ahead of him and ahead of McCarthy. Suckling is beaten, and so is the far post. Just when you think Liverpool are hanging on to a lead, they produce a move of class and great perception that really deserved a second goal. Johnston. It's Walsh in the middle, and Wilson refusing to be passed. Not again. Barnes. One from him by McMahon. Rush. Liverpool will be happy just to keep the ball at that end of the field. McMahon. Walsh with a tap in. No, even at the last he can't get his goal. And here's McNabb. White stretching the legs, but Hansen was already there. 3 points for Liverpool on a ground which has been full of pitfalls for other First Division visitors recently. The goal from Ian Rush after 73 minutes, adding to Manchester City's anxieties, but they will wonder as to whether the play should have been at the other end and City should have had a corner from their previous attack. It hasn't been vintage Liverpool over the last couple of months, but they continue to chisel out the results to keep Arsenal and Everton on their toes. Brian, Liverpool have done it again.
Yeah, well, they do, don't they? I mean, Man City have probably got justification in thinking that that was a corner. I mean, it looked a corner to me. But that's where Liverpool come into it. They're so professional in everything they do. And, I mean, they kept their concentration. And the first thing Rush did was react on the halfway line to make sure he stayed on side when Liverpool broke away with the ball again. And all City players were starting to appeal, and it left big gaps at the back. And when the move developed, Rush is at the far post to stick it in.
Is there any other moment in the game that sticks in your memory?
Yeah, I think when little Walsh, he turned on the halfway line, he played a ball out to Steve McMahon, and he put a great ball into the far post. It was a great move, a lovely bit of skill from both players, and Walsh just missed the header.
That win takes the overall record between the two clubs to 59 for Liverpool against 33 for City. The balance of power very much at Anfield. But let's remind you of some of the past battles between Manchester City and Liverpool as we take another journey down ITV's memory lane.
Bell trots out to try and make a gap for Donachie, pushes it through to Marsh and back out to Bell. He's past Smith, and Smith brought him down when it looked as though he knew he'd been beaten. Thompson and Smith making a mini wall. Marsh is at the near post, marked by Hughes. There is Booth! Tommy Booth does it again. Good header by Keegan. Hall. Borsma. Oh, he did that well! Virtually Brian Hall's first touch of the game makes a goal for Phil Borsma. And how well he took it. Highways corner. Header by Donachie right across the box. Case puts it back for the second time. Hughes is up there. Keegan! Barnes' cross is a good-looking one too, and Booth was there. Now Hartford. And off the line and in! McDermott. Case. Case's shot. Oh, it hit the bar! Highway! 2-1. Highway. Callaghan. Kennedy, good passing now by Liverpool. Fairclough to Dalglish. Dalglish through for Fairclough, and Fairclough puts it in. Now they're going to ask about offside there. The referee has given it. Pass was very neatly stuck through by Dalglish, and Fairclough, who enjoys this ground, put it away with great economy. But was he offside? Donachie. Case. Watson. Hansen putting a beautiful ball through for Shannon. And Shannon to shoot and score! Neil, lucky to get it. The shot then hit Hughes. And now here's Barnes if he can control this. Hansen going with him. Barnes off on one of those runs that electrifies the main road fans. Now Royal going on with the advantage and scoring! Indirect, but that's academic. It's all of 50 yards from goal, I guess. Kennedy back to Cohen. Dalglish, never quite sure which way he'll turn. And got it back onto his left foot! It's always the danger. Goal manufactured by Kenny Dalglish out of absolutely nothing. Neil's header. Soudis. Booth spotted that quickly and claimed it. He's stopped then by Lee. McDermott meant for Dalglish, but cleared by Caton, but only as far as Soudis. Again, City closing down the space of the man on the ball, but that man was Dalglish, and he found McDermott. McDermott crosses, and Soudis has got another goal. He just can't stop. Is he delighted? Mackenzie. Still Mackenzie. Gale. Dalglish for Lee. 5 of them in this break. Lee tries the shot, and what a shot it was too! Corrigan beaten by the pace of the shot from Sammy Lee. 3-0 the scoreline. Manchester City are sunk.
Back to the present, a good day for Merseyside on a bleak day for football. Everton and Liverpool, the only 2 winners in the only 2 games played in the First Division. Everton beat Sheffield Wednesday 2-0 with goals from Trevor Steven and Dave Watson, and Ian Snowden came on as a substitute for Everton. So Arsenal play tomorrow, of course. Brian, what's your view of the championship race at this stage?
Well, I think the 3 teams are up there, and